Deep in California's Plumas National Forest, a chilling discovery awaited. A lone vehicle, untouched, abandoned. It was June 4, 1975. A group of surveyors stumbled upon a site that would unravel a mystery captivating the nation for decades. There, perched on an isolated fire trail, sat a white 1969 Mercury Montego. The car, dusted with snow, seemed frozen in time. As the surveyors approached cautiously, a wave of unease washed over them. Who was in the car? Why were they here, miles from civilization, on a treacherous mountain road? Little did they know, they had stumbled upon the first clue in a haunting mystery known as the case of the Yuba County Five. The story begins weeks earlier, on February 25, 1975, in Yuba City, California. Among the cheering fans at a local basketball game sat 5 friends, young men with their lives ahead of them: Jack Madruga, Ted Weiher, Bill Sterling, Jack Huett, and Gary Mathias. They had planned a fun night out, a chance to unwind and enjoy each other's company. They piled into Jack Madruga's white Mercury Montego, the car that would later become an unsettling symbol of their disappearance. Their disappearance would soon become a mystery that would baffle investigators and haunt their families for decades to come. The discovery of the abandoned car set off a frantic search and rescue operation. As investigators combed the area, a sense of dread settled over the community. The car, a silent beacon of tragedy, held within its rusted frame the key to unlocking the fate of the Yuba County Five. Each passing day brought a fresh wave of anguish for the families, their hope dwindling with the setting sun. The Yuba County Five had vanished without a trace, their stories forever intertwined with the chilling enigma of the abandoned car on the mountain. What happened to the Yuba County Five? The answer seemed lost somewhere in the icy grip of the Plumas National Forest. Standing tall at 6'4", Ted Weiher was a gentle giant with a heart of gold. Born and raised in Yuba City, Ted was a beloved figure in the community. Family meant everything to Ted. He was a devoted husband and a loving father. Ted had a simple dream: to build a good life for his family. Ted's gentle nature and unwavering spirit made him a true pillar of the community. His disappearance sent shockwaves through Yuba City, leaving a void that could never be filled. The life of the party, Jack Huett. Jack Huett, the life of the party, brought laughter and energy wherever he went. At 24, Jack had a youthful exuberance that was contagious. He was the one who could always be counted on to crack a joke or tell a funny story. Beneath Jack's playful exterior lay a kind heart and a loyal soul. He was fiercely protective of his friends and family. Jack's disappearance left a gaping hole in the lives of those who knew him. The mystery of his vanishing act only deepened the pain, leaving his loved ones grappling with unanswered questions and a profound sense of loss. A bond unbroken, the group dynamic. The Yuba County Five shared a bond of friendship that ran deep. They were more than just friends, they were a brotherhood. Their weekly ritual of attending basketball games was a chance to reconnect and revel in their shared love of the game. They celebrated each other's victories and offered solace during times of hardship. Whispers in the wind. The discovery of the abandoned Mercury Montego sent ripples of shock and disbelief through Yuba City. Search parties fanned out across the rugged terrain of the Plumas National Forest. Days turned into weeks, each passing hour chipping away at the family's fading hope. The mountains, once a place of serene beauty, now seemed to whisper a chilling tale of mystery and despair. The men had vanished without a trace, swallowed whole by the unforgiving wilderness. Despite the desolate backdrop, the car itself offered a glimmer of hope. The vehicle contained personal belongings, wallets, keys, even medication, suggesting the men hadn't planned to be gone long. A map, discovered crumpled on the floorboard, hinted at a possible route. Several locations were circled, including a place called New Life Clinic, a facility located miles away in Nevada. The car's trunk, though empty save for a spare tire and a few tools, offered a curious detail. The gas tank was nearly full. Weeks later, a chilling discovery sent a fresh wave of shock and disbelief through the community. A wristwatch, identified as belonging to Ted Weiher, was found by a hiker miles from the abandoned car. The watch had stopped at 11:20, adding another cryptic detail to the ever-growing puzzle. The location of the watch, perched on a steep embankment, raised more questions than answers. The discovery of the watch only intensified the mystery surrounding the Yuba County Five. The watch, frozen in time, became a symbol of the family's unrelenting hope and the enduring mystery that continued to haunt the community. Months passed. Then, on June 4, 1975, almost 4 months after the friends vanished, a surveying team made a chilling discovery. Deep within the Plumas National Forest, 19 miles from the abandoned car, a single tent stood stark against the landscape. The skeletal remains of Jack Huett lay inside the tent, his sleeping bag pulled up to his chin as if he had simply drifted off to sleep. This was no ordinary camping mishap. Word of the discovery spread like wildfire, a gruesome echo of the laughter and camaraderie that had once filled the Montego. The mystery, far from being solved, had just taken a sinister turn. The campsite, a glimmer of hope? The campsite, a macabre tableau frozen in time, offered a confusing mix of hope and despair. Scattered around the tent, investigators found evidence of the missing men's struggle for survival. Empty food containers, a makeshift fire pit, and a tattered tarp strung between 2 trees painted a picture of men ill-prepared for the unforgiving wilderness. Amidst the grim findings, a single ray of hope emerged. 7 miles from the campsite, searchers stumbled upon another heartbreaking clue: the skeletal remains of Ted Weiher. Near Ted's remains lay a pair of eyeglasses, their lenses thick with dust and grime, and a tattered paperback book. Unanswered questions linger. The discovery of Ted Weiher's remains, so far from both the car and the campsite, only deepened the mystery. How did he get there? Why was he separated from the others? Was he trying to find help? Each answer seemed to spawn more questions, each more unsettling than the last. The investigators, faced with a puzzle that defied logic, found themselves caught in a web of speculation and dead ends. The autopsies offered little in the way of concrete answers. The cause of death for both men remained undetermined. The lack of answers only fueled the flames of speculation. Were they victims of a tragic accident? Or was there a darker, more sinister explanation? The case of the Yuba County Five began to capture the nation's attention. Theories, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish, swirled like the mountain winds. Some whispered of foul play, of a sinister encounter gone wrong. Others clung to the belief that the men had fallen victim to the unforgiving wilderness. Yet, no single theory could fully explain the strange circumstances, the baffling inconsistencies. Eerie relics inside the Montego. The Montego, once a symbol of youthful camaraderie, now stood as a silent repository of unanswered questions. Inside its weathered interior, investigators hoped to find clues that would illuminate the men's final days. The car keys, crucially, were never found, adding a layer of perplexity to the puzzle. Who abandons a car, deep in the wilderness, and takes the keys? Was it a simple oversight in a moment of panic, or a deliberate act meant to mislead? The presence of personal belongings, wallets, medication, even a toothbrush, suggested the men hadn't planned on a lengthy disappearance. These everyday items, imbued with an eerie significance by their owner's absence, hinted at lives abruptly interrupted. Had they ventured out for a short hike, a moment of respite from the confines of the car, only to meet with some unforeseen circumstance? The map, discovered on the floorboard, offered a tangible link to the outside world, a potential path through their final days. The circled locations, specifically the New Life Clinic in Nevada, fueled speculation about their intended destination and their reasons for venturing into the wilderness. Was the clinic a beacon of hope, a place of refuge, or a red herring in a mystery that seemed to grow more perplexing with each passing day? The discovery of personal effects near the men's remains deepened the mystery while offering a poignant glimpse into their final moments. Ted Weiher's eyeglasses found near his body were slightly askew, as if knocked off in a struggle or dropped in a desperate scramble through the undergrowth. The cracked lens, a spiderweb of broken glass, hinted at a fall, a stumble, a desperate attempt to navigate the unforgiving terrain. The paperback book, its pages softened by rain and wind, lay open, as if marking a place in the story where Ted's own tale took a tragic turn. The irony of the book's subject matter, a tale of survival against the odds, was not lost on the investigators. Had Ted sought solace in the story, finding a grim reflection of his own plight within its pages? Near Jack Huett's tent, a partially eaten candy bar, its chocolate melted and smeared on a rock, spoke of dwindling supplies and a desperate attempt to sustain energy. This simple treat, a reminder of the comforts of civilization, underscored the harsh realities of their situation. Every bite, every morsel, must have been a precious commodity, consumed with a mixture of hunger and the gnawing fear of what lay ahead. Despite the abundance of physical evidence, the case remained stubbornly resistant to resolution. The puzzle pieces, though numerous, refused to fit together into a coherent narrative. The car, the belongings, the remains themselves, each element seemed to raise more questions than answers, deepening the mystery rather than illuminating the truth. The investigators, accustomed to finding logic in chaos, were confronted with a case that defied easy explanation. The significance of the New Life Clinic, a beacon of hope in the vast wilderness, remained frustratingly elusive. Was it a destination, a detour, or a red herring? Had the men sought medical attention, spiritual guidance, or simply a change of scenery? The clinic, contacted by authorities, had no record of the men ever having been patients or even visitors. The trail, once promising, had gone cold, leaving investigators grappling with dead ends and unanswered questions. Theories abounded, each more outlandish than the last, yet none could fully account for the baffling circumstances of the case. Had they staged their own disappearance? Were they victims of foul play? Or had they simply succumbed to the elements, their judgment clouded by desperation and the disorienting vastness of the wilderness? The lack of definitive answers only fueled the speculation, turning a local tragedy into a national obsession. As months melted into years and the trail of the Yuba County Five grew colder, whispers of madness began to fill the void left by concrete answers. Theories, once grounded in logic and evidence, took on a life of their own, fueled by speculation, hearsay, and the human need to make sense of the senseless. The isolation of the mountains, the eerie circumstances of the men's disappearance, and the lack of a definitive conclusion created fertile ground for conjecture to take root and flourish. One theory, whispered in hushed tones and fueled by late-night radio shows, pointed to extraterrestrial intervention. Had the men stumbled upon something they shouldn't have, something otherworldly and inexplicable? The vastness of the wilderness, the strange lights reported by some witnesses, and the seemingly impossible distances traveled by the men lent credence to this fantastical notion. Another theory, darker and more sinister, suggested foul play. Had the men encountered someone with malicious intent, a lone predator lurking in the shadows of the wilderness? The missing car keys, the scattered belongings, and the seemingly deliberate placement of some items hinted at a possible struggle, a desperate fight for survival against an unseen enemy. Despite the passage of time, the mystery of the Yuba County Five continues to captivate and confound. The case, though officially closed, remains an open wound for the families, their grief interwoven with the frustration of unanswered questions. The abandoned Montego, now a relic of a bygone era, stands as a silent testament to the enduring power of this unsolved mystery. The mountains, once a place of refuge and recreation for the five friends, have become a symbol of the unknown, a place where logic and reason seem to vanish into thin air. The case, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the capricious nature of fate, continues to spark debate and fuel speculation. Books, documentaries, and countless online forums dissect every detail, every clue, every theory, yet the truth remains frustratingly elusive. The legacy of the Yuba County Five extends far beyond the realm of true crime. Their story, a microcosm of the human experience, touches on themes of friendship, loss, and the search for meaning in a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable. The mystery, though unsolved, serves as a poignant reminder that some questions may never have answers, and that sometimes the most unsettling truths are the ones we create ourselves. The desolate beauty of the Plumas National Forest holds its secrets close, a silent guardian of a tragedy that continues to haunt the American consciousness. The Yuba County Five, their laughter and dreams silenced by the unforgiving wilderness, remain suspended in time, forever young, forever lost. Their story, a tapestry woven from equal parts hope and despair, serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of mystery. We may never know what truly happened to the Yuba County Five. Their story, however, serves as a powerful reminder that some mysteries are destined to remain unsolved. If you would like more stories like this, please like and subscribe to Oblivion Unlocked.